At the end of the topic, you will be able to state the viral diseases in human, discuss the mode of transmission of TB and typhoid, sketch the life cycle of malarial parasite, list the symptoms of ringworm diseases.
Viral diseases in man are widespread around the world. The diseases are acquired by transmission from one person to another, which makes them infectious. Some of the common viral diseases in man are influenza, measles, chickenpox, mumps, and poliomyelitis. Influenza is commonly called as flu. Symptoms are sore throat, fever, headache, runny nose, and muscle ache.
More than 100 strains of viruses are responsible for causing common cold in man. Children are more susceptible to common cold than adults. Symptoms: inflammation of upper respiratory passage, nasal epithelium, flow of mucus, headache, slight rise in temperature, etc. Transmission: it spreads mostly through the droplets discharged from the nose and the mouth of the patient in the process of talking, laughing, sneezing, etc. It may also spread through close inanimate objects like handkerchief, bedding, clothes, utensils, toilets, articles, etc. called fomites. Control and prevention: there are no effective measures to control common cold. However, a good nourishing food, avoiding contact with patients and wearing suitable clothing are suggested to keep away from common cold.
Bacteria are the important group of living organisms that are found everywhere. They are microscopic and unicellular. Most of the bacteria are helpful to humans, whereas some are harmful. Air, water, and food carry bacteria from one person to another. Harmful bacteria act as pathogens and cause various diseases. Any sort of sickness caused by bacteria is called bacterial diseases. Bacterial diseases are highly infectious and spread rapidly in a short time, affecting large number of people. Cholera, typhoid, diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, tuberculosis, and leprosy are some of the common bacterial diseases. Salmonella typhi is the bacteria responsible for causing typhoid. This disease is characterized by symptoms like continuous fever, abdominal pain, coated tongue, headache, and diarrhea. A rash called rose spots appears on skin in some cases of typhoid. Flying insects carry the germs from the excreta of the infected person to the food and water that are kept open. Due to dehydration, more amount of water will be lost from the patient's body, so intravenous fluids and electrolytes are given to the patient immediately. Antibiotics are given to kill the bacteria. To prevent the disease, vaccination is recommended. It is advisable to drink boiled water and eat well-cooked food. Tuberculosis is an infectious disease caused by the bacterium Mycobacterium tuberculosis. People with tuberculosis cough highly and suffer with pain in the chest. Sometimes they cough up blood and show weight and appetite loss, extreme tiredness along with fever. TB bacteria spread from sneezes, coughs, and spits of the infected person to those around. Flying insects also carry the bacteria from the sputum to food and water. In some conditions, the infected people remain unaware of the infection because of the milder symptoms. This condition is called latent tuberculosis. There are two types of tuberculosis: pulmonary and miliary. Pulmonary tuberculosis affects a person's lungs, whereas miliary tuberculosis infects the lungs and gradually spread to the heart, liver, and brain. It also affects skin and bones. Regular anti-tuberculosis treatment along with good nutritious diet and healthy environment is advisable. BCG vaccination protects childhood infection of this disease. Diseases caused by protozoans in man. Protozoans are unicellular organisms. Some are free-living and some are parasitic and pathogenic. They cause variety of diseases in humans by entering the human body through contaminated food and water. Flies and mosquitoes act as vectors in contaminating water and food substances. Two of the common diseases caused by protozoa are malaria and dysentery. Malaria is an infectious disease caused by a protozoan parasite, Plasmodium falciparum. Malaria spreads from one person to another by the female Anopheles mosquito. When the mosquito sucks blood of the malarial infected person, the parasite enters the body of the mosquito. When the mosquito sucks blood from a healthy person, it injects the parasite to the healthy person. The parasite infects the red blood cells and hepatic cells, causing malaria. Symptoms of malaria. Malaria is characterized by cycles of fever and chills accompanied by muscle aches and headache. Patients may develop nausea, vomiting, cough, and diarrhea. The disease leads to the loss of red blood cells, leading to anemia. People with severe malaria can develop bleeding problems, liver failure, kidney failure, coma, and can die from the complications caused.
Life cycle of Entamoeba Histolytica. In this animation, you will learn about the life cycle of Entamoeba Histolytica. Entamoeba Histolytica is a protozoan which lives as an endoparasite in the intestine of man. The mode of entry for the parasite into the human host is mainly through contaminated food. It causes the disease amoebiasis. Ingestion of the mature cyst in man takes place along with the contaminated food. This cyst reaches the small intestine where further changes take place. The enzyme in the small intestine dissolves the cyst wall, leading to excitation and liberation of the trophocyte. These trophocyte passes into the large intestine, and from there some migrate to the liver, some to the lungs, and some to the brain. The remaining trophocytes present in the large intestine come out through the feces of the patient and become encysted.
Amoebic dysentery. Amoebic dysentery is the disease caused by a protozoan parasite, Entamoeba histolytica. Symptoms of this disease include diarrhea with mucus or blood and pain in the abdomen. It may also be associated with nausea and vomiting, loss of appetite, and rise of temperature. Lack of caution on diets, consumption of infected food, poor hygiene, drinking impure water are some of the causative reasons for dysentery. Proper attention to personal hygiene is very important to prevent dysentery. Wash hands with soap thoroughly after using the toilet. Soiled clothing should be washed with a disinfectant and sun-dried. After usage of disposable plastic or rubber gloves, wash hands thoroughly. Clean toilets, flush handles, door handles and taps frequently with soap water and always use disinfectants. Drink purified or boiled water. Do not eat uncooked vegetables and meat. Chlorinate water at regular intervals and follow clean sewage treatment plans at home.
Causes. 3 different genera of fungi, namely Epidermophyton, Microsporum, and Trichophyton, cause ringworm. Symptoms. The above fungi live on the dead cells of outer layer of skin in man and cause superficial infections in skin, hair, nail, etc. and form patches and itching. Transmission. By direct contact or through fomites such as towels, combs, etc. Control and prevention. Avoid contact with infected person and articles used by them. In this topic, you have learnt viruses are living substances inside the host cell and behave as dead particles outside the host cell. contains nucleic acid, DNA or RNA and a protein cover. Some of the bacterial diseases in man are tuberculosis, leprosy, cholera, typhoid, diphtheria, tetanus, plague, pneumonia, syphilis and gonorrhea. Certain species of fungi are parasitic on man and cause ringworm, attacking the keratinized layer of the skin, destroying it in circular patches. Protozoans are unicellular animalcules. Some parasitize man and cause diseases such as malaria, amoebic dysentery, sleeping sickness and so on.